Hi, today I would like to share a conversation that I had with Taras. He's one of the musicians involved in 101 Flame of Inspiration and lives in Ukraine, in Odessa. And with us he plays piano. But he is also a brilliant singer. He's a brilliant drummer as well. And his wife Anna.
I'll be the one that's on my mind 365 every time. Give me a night and day.
Is a fantastic bass player and singer.
Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці, запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці.
Hi Taras, I'm really happy that we could connect today.
Hello, Eric. It's very nice to see you too, and I'm as well. I'm happy to communicate with people all over the world.
So first of all, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay. We're okay with my wife. Now we're sitting home. Of course, we can't go out after 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock in the evening till 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's going to work, to their jobs. We have provision, we have everything we need. Of course, a lot of shops closed. There are people from territorial defense, which are our volunteers. They're patrolling the city. So here we have very good defense. Our city is hero. It has defeated the fascists in the Second World War, so we've seen much worse. I'm really sure that no one will attack our city because it's very, very difficult to take over. And last 2 days we're like calm, very calm, because there's a lot of info that we're winning.
So as things have developed now, did you see that coming for a long time, or did it come as a shock to you and your friends?
What I personally think is that nobody could even imagine that in 21st century, in 2022, someone, it doesn't matter who, would start a war, a whole massive war on a pretty much big country like ours. I didn't think that it's possible in our time. I thought that we lived that. We went through it, like when it was Cold War, when it was World War II. I thought that maybe people have learned something, but I think Russian president, I think that in the end of his lifetime, he went out of his mind, and he's like started something that he cannot end. He won't be able to end it. I think he understands it now, and that's why he's hiding in his bunker in Ural. It's far in the mountains, and nobody is approaching him. Only very close people, authorities that he trusts. I think his time has come.
I know that there's a lot of action going on outside Ukraine. Do you feel to some degree that these activities are helping in any way?
Yes, it will have an impact, but we need to act now. We need to act now because our people are dying. The economy is gonna do a lot of damage to Russia. These sanctions, these companies, yes, they will do a lot of damage. They won't have even, I don't know what money they will have in Russia and who will they be able to trade with. But as for now, we need to stop the bombs from falling because our innocent, our peaceful people are dying. It's not an operation, as Putin says. It's not a surgical operation like Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, says, because they're bombing innocent people, they're bombing schools, and even children are dying. We need something bigger, like, you know, the situation with NATO. NATO doesn't want to close the sky around Ukraine. There's really an advantage that Russia has. They're shooting rockets and bombs, and that's their main advantage because our army is trained like 8 years. They've been fighting over in Donbass, in Donetsk, Lugansk region, and they know how to fight. And that's what's keeping our morale high. So right now we need some real support. We need people we need like experienced fighters, although our fighters are experienced, but we need more people. We don't fear them, but we want to stop our innocent people from dying because their bombs are killing us. So that's why we ask every day for NATO to close our sky, to help us to neutralize those missiles, those bombs. That's the really important stuff.
I guess you have friends all over Ukraine, so is it possible for you to be in contact with them, or is it difficult?
Okay, yes, I have friends all over the Ukraine, of course, and as for now, our communications are working fine. But of course, in some cities like Kharkiv or Kherson, for example, Russian forces already invaded, and they try to break our communication systems. They try to capture our radio towers, so to put propaganda, Russian propaganda on our TVs. But believe me, our people are not gonna back off from that, and they all are supporting Ukraine. They don't want to be a part of Russia. Our people are going out on the street and they're waving our Ukrainian flags and saying that Kherson is not Russia, Kherson is Ukraine. They don't even fear those armed forces, those soldiers. So their propaganda won't break our minds and our patriotism.
So we are far away geographically, and I think I speak for many of us that we're thinking about, is there anything we can do? I know that you put up some link on your Facebook with a number of actions.
The main thing you can do is support us, like support us morally, support with real information. People around the world don't really know what's happening here, so it's really important to show them. The main thing in 21st century, I think, it's InfoWars. It's the minds of people, because you know how propaganda works. But really, we have to tell the truth. I'm trying to tell the truth. In my Facebook page, yes, of course, you can find requisites for our army, for our National Bank of Ukraine. We're gathering help in any currency or cryptocurrency. We would highly appreciate humanitarian help, like for our refugees, for our people that are leaving the Ukraine because they fear that the war will take their children away. And I'm really glad that you took an interest in this and you really know what's happening here, because you know, Russian propaganda is very strong, and they put on these fake news, and people believe that. So I really think that people around the world don't realize what's happening here. Like, for example, a ballistic rocket, which is, by the way, prohibited by the international governments for usage. A ballistic rocket, and not one ballistic rocket, fell in the center of Kharkiv, in the main city square, one of the biggest squares in Europe. How's that? So, I mean, people don't realize what's happening.
So what else would you like to share? That what didn't I ask? What is important for us outside to know?
What I wanted to say is that it is unspeakable, like what this crazy old idiot done, because really I think that maybe he even doesn't understand what the world's gonna be, because think about, like, at least 1 million people, Ukrainian people, did flee to the European Union already. The biggest woe is that because of this situation, there's raising hate for Russian people, for Russian innocent people, and that's very sad. People like to blame everyone. No, you have to blame Putin. You don't have to blame every innocent, peaceful Russian person or individual. But I think, as for us, I think we're won already, because we are on our land. We are standing for democracy and for a civilized world. The good will always prevail, and you have to be a fool to not to understand that.
Okay, so thank you very much. And I really hope that you and your near ones and dear ones will be safe and pull through this very difficult situation. So all the best to you.
Thank you very much. Take care. And I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. Everything's good. We already won. Slava Ukraini!
If I'm just believing, there's nothing to